Okay, what's the party code? How'd you do that?
Pretty certain to get one. Stuck in all. Has the upgrade. Good for one. Looking for two. Has to find it. Good for three. In here. Look for it. Pink wins.
Thompson team coming away. They have the man advantage, but RTM shuts it down with 3. A shooting gallery.
Finds a second. Satcheling forward. Bear finds 3. Bear finds 1. Elusive. And Bear 1v1.
No.
Jumping through. Oh my god.
Oh, Bear for the clutch.
Nice push here in mid. Jones is getting in there. He's met with the classic and Jones is down. Shots fired. Wacko out next.
One enemy remaining.
That's an ace. He keep vamping Pie Watch. And still on Pie Watch and ABG with the ace. And just make it Discord. Yep. All right, hello everyone, and it looks like today we have a small little matchup between Dragon BattleClan and Olympus. It does look like, oh, my tabs are not working, but it does look like over on the attack we have Dragon BattleClan starting out with attack, and we got Olympus over on the left starting out in defenders. I do see a pretty decent comp. We got double duelist on both ones. We got an initiator on both, but the main key difference I'm seeing is that neither of them got a sentinel. They both have a viper and they both got an omen. I'm very interested to see how they're going to play this one out. It looks like they're trying to use the viper as a pretty decent sentinel on Corrode. Corrode is a very back and forth map. This one's more chill, but I'm really excited. So let's see how we're gonna get this going. We do see We do see DBC go over to A, just kind of stacking over there. It does look like they're going to try to leave their Viper over alone on B, play her like a sentinel, let her hold the site. Omen and Waylay and the rest, actually it looks like the rest of the team is all going to try to push mid. It does look like they're going to, based on the pings on the map, we're predicting that A push. But it may just try to do a rush flank, kind of a retake situation. I think that would be a pretty good play for both of these teams here. Alright, we got the Viper wall going up, and we see that Fadeler being thrown in mid. We see a Sky Flash going out, ISO entry, Waylay entry. And then ISO gets one, they trade, good job. We do see Neon pushing up a little bit here, trying to take some extra space while her team gets there, but she doesn't get that pick off that she needs. Got some heals going out, and it's basically just a defensive at this point against the defense. Olympus is trying to see how they can retake this with a 2v5, but this will be rough. Shots come out. We do see an Omen Blind getting prepared. Holding their angles, playing safe. Got good picks. Then that Viper's down for a flawless for Olympus. 0-1 on our first round of the game. Beautifully done from DBC. Going into the second round, it does look like they're going to be on a save over on Olympus. Going to keep those pistols. But DBC is going to try to get a hold of those assault rifles and those shotguns. Got some SMGs going on in there. It looks like it's going to be another A push, but they're doing a 2-1-2 over on Olympus. Got that wall going through mid to hopefully deny some pressure, deny some space. We do see that wall coming up, and we got Omen sitting in the same spot that he got messed up in last time. They're doing a really early rotate here into A. They're not gonna try. They're trying to deny them that space. And oh, what a pick! Fade and this Neon is trying to fight this main together. All up to Fade. Oh, the Sky Dog. Valiant effort on her behalf. Now it's 0-2 for DBC. We do see them going into their eco now. They are not going to be buying out guns here, and I think that'll be a pretty decent option. We do see them still trying to spread them out a little bit more. Got that Fade over on B, hoping to play retake on A. We do see them trying to go B though for that B push in that eco, hoping those guns will allow them to just get a couple picks with that save. See a Fadeler getting some info, but not much else. It didn't scan. Omen's anchoring. He does not want to be too feisty on that one. Flash comes out, so there's wall. Oh, but the spray through the smoke was brutal. Oh, they got a fight 3 coming into this though, and they do not have a gun advantage. Oh my gosh. They're all going at each other. Holy crap. All up to this Viper, all up to Null. Over on Olympus. Or not, my deepest apologies. All up to Super Monster over on Dragon BattleClan, just to finish this one out. They do know she's there, but they don't know where the spike is. We do see Omen starting to make his way back, and this one's gonna be a little rough. Wall going up for some more sight.
Toxins going up. Toxin screen down.
Viper's trying to trip him out with the wall over on A, hoping that the audio will make him rotate off. But they are just holding their ground. They do not want to move. They do not want to fight. They do not want to take the chance of her faking this rotate. They're waiting for info. Super Monster thinks they've made a mistake with the audio, but unfortunately it was not enough. And now we do see Olympus winning their buyout round. Now this one, I think what we're gonna see is more of that A push. It's probably gonna be an A site simulator, gonna be a little rough, but we do see some mid play here, mid control. I was talking about this yesterday while I was on with Soph, is that we have a lot of maps where mid control is the bread and butter of every single map. Of how to get onto site, how to flank. It's a very big thing for a lot of maps, and I think right now they're just going to try to take advantage of that, knowing that they did just lose their snowballing, and oh, what a pick and mid. Kavora getting her own. That Prowler goes out in the mid to try and get some information, but man, that Sky's trying to swing, and oh, she lives. Fireball with another pick, and then we also see W3S trying to get that pick on Nolan, succeeding. That mid control is a lot. They don't know where those other two are, though. They're very inconsistent. They don't know where the consistency is, if they're playing together, if they're playing back. But we do see W3S on the heaven. Getting that plant down, and they are going to start to initiate that retake. They do have a lot of util, and that Waylay Dash is in. They got that Sky Flash. Oh, and Beethoven's down. And W3S is not able to clutch it up, unfortunately. Heaven is such a hard retake from anyone, whether it's attack or defense. Having to drop there allows you to have a lot more shooting error time, a lot more time where you can't shoot straight, where your spray is going to be off. And that just makes that super rough. It's also such a tight space that it's just a hard retake. Right now, we may see them start to go gravitate towards A. We might start to see a little bit of mid play here. We got something going over on B. Just that Omen, though. Hopefully a fake or some form of grabber to make the defense try to gravitate towards him. But we do also see the defense trying to push out of A, so let's see how this one's gonna go. I feel like they're gonna get ran right into, or they're just gonna get that Viper and back up. Got that Prowler going out, got the attack Viper wall going. Got all that audio going in mid. Waylay's trying to fight it. Omen and Faye try to back up, and oh, what a pick. Good shots from sight. Omen's taking that fight in mid and gets it. He gets another one.
Spike down mid.
HFPS is trying to support his Omen here with that clear, and it works. Oh, and they get the one behind him. One more. Good job. That was beautiful from them. Beautiful round from Olympus. Looks like they got over that pistol and that save, and they're on a snowball roll now, trying to get into that. Trying to get into the next half with a good amount of rounds. DBC looks to be having a couple light shoots this round, but not very much at all. I do see that we got a lot of stacked over on A, so I think what they're going to do at this point is try to contest this A space. I think if they were to back up and play a little space, I think it's a little less firepower than they need. You see that Lear going out, that Heather. Oh, wow.
Spike down A.
I was talking and Kavora just shut me up real quick. Oh, but Sight does not see Fireball behind him. Beautiful 4K from Kavora over on Dragon BattleClan. That goes on at a 4-2. That was beautiful. I didn't even get to finish talking before Kavora just decided that that round did not even need to be played. That was absolutely beautiful. I think right now we got an eco going. See some stingers, got a couple sheriffs. Hopefully we'll see some guns getting picked up. Hopefully we'll see some gun upgrades, and they need to play picks here. They can't be rushing with a save like this. They need to try to get some numbers in since they're on that save, but they're not pushing them. You see that Viper Molly go out, hopefully to stop that push. We do see Omen over on A. The 3 mid is a lot, but we do see that Waylay going in. Denies Omen that pick. And they do get that pick on Fireball. Beethoven is now trying to back up with that bomb. Ult comes out. Neon gets found. Fane and Viper are right behind her. Yeah, Neon's trying to go in for that pick and she just can't get it, unfortunately. We see that plant coming down with a retake from Viper and Fade. A 2v4 is going to be really rough. Such a tight space for them to work around, and only 3 entrance points to try and go in from. Though we do see that orb coming out on elbow, but Viper does get taken by the ISO. Oh, good one from him. Ah, he was just getting camped. That was very unfortunate. Thrifty from the attackers. We see 4-3 going into it, and Dragon BattleClan did a beautiful save. They didn't need to spread out and play picks at all. They just needed to push site. They just needed to be better. That was beautiful. Now, this round we're going to see that Fade start to gravitate away towards mid. She was doing that at first, and she would go over onto B with the Viper, but now we see her and she went over back to mid with Neon. We see her trying to go back over there. Hopefully got a 2-1-2, basic, decent defenses. That Omen over on A is a big ask, though. That blind is a good amount of space to be backing them up. I see Waylay trying to stop them and open that Neon lurk up behind. They don't know. Omen down. ISO got traded, though, and then we see Jippy getting down. Fade and Neon and Viper are going to try to play that retake of 3v4. See that Prowler coming out, trying to get that info. We see a Viper coming out, hopefully to save that site. They're trying to get that pick on the Omen first, and oh, they get the Waylay through the smoke. 2v3. Oh, and that Viper's down. That gets the Viper pick down. So low. Good job. Beautiful round from them before finishing it off. Beautiful 3v4 retake. That just goes to show that numbers do not mean everything. We're at 5-3, 5 for Olympus and 3 for Dragon BattleClan. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Right now, we do see about another A push. It does not look like they're too fun on B, and honestly, I'm not either. I believe I mentioned it a little bit yesterday, but A is a lot easier to be holding for the attack on Abyss, or not on Abyss, on Corone, because what happens is you have 4 entrance points over on B. A only has 3, and it also is a lot tighter of spaces for the defense to retake from. So, an A hit is honestly a fairly good one. See that Waylay coming out onto the site, hopefully hoping to clear it. Oh, and he does see that Omen. We do see this Waylay get a couple picks, but DBC W3S does trade him out. We do see Noel trading out that Omen, and now it's a 2v1. This Waylay has very, very little util to work at her disposal, but honestly, I think Neko can do it. Has a lot of time to play here. Fade Lear coming out and not getting a single amount of info. Neither is that Prowler. He's not watching that Viper. Does hear that Fade audio on A. Oof. Beautifully. Oh, he's not watching the right angle. Unfortunate. HFPS does get that last pick on Neko. Hope that trade was beautiful. Made him think he was on side and went to elbow. Now we got 6-3, 6 for Olympus, and 3 for Dragon BattleClan. I do see that right now we got a good amount of guns going over on Olympus' side, but Dragon BattleClan does not have the buyout to try and fight this, so they're going to try to spread out. They're going to try to play those picks that I was talking about earlier when they had another save. We do see 3 going mid. We got 2 over on the B site. I don't think they should commit there, but that would honestly be a pretty good round to be shown too, though. We got that flash coming out mid. We got a Waylay dash. Neon getting that pick. Got Faye getting another one. Another one.
Down mid.
2v4 at the moment. They don't know that they're on B. But that bomb is not with them. That site hold is absolutely nothing to them without that spike.
Bring them down.
Got everyone on defense watching all these different angles. Waiting for a swing or info or something. Here we go. Almond down, and so is that Viper. Good spray from Null. That makes it 7-3 for Olympus. We got 3 over on Dragon BattleClan's side. I think right now they got that Viper Pit online, they got that Almond ult online, but we also see DBC having those cabbages online, and hopefully we can see some info come out of them. They will get them some pretty good places on where the defense is at, because they do play fairly sporadically. Mid control is very important on this map, and that sporadic plays on mid helps the defense stay in the lead, doesn't let them take that site, because mid is such a big part of the site holds that you need them to be able to take the site. If you leave them, the defense is just gonna be way too much. We do see some entries going in. Waylay's already deep in elbow. You see Waylay trying to swing, but she gets picked off.
Spike down.
Fireball getting that Sky off for a trade. 4-4 even. Almond is down from that Viper. Neon attempting to stop that site push, and it works. Almond's left alone in elbow. He's trying to fight these 3 that have a death wish for him, and that was unfortunate. 8-3 for Olympus.
Last round.
Honestly, that was a beautiful site take. They just got diffed. That was unfortunate. And we do see them starting to gravitate towards A, as pretty usual. I do see some more players going over to A. They got a stack over there. I wonder how they're gonna play out this one. They got all their aggressive agents over on A, and they do seem to be wanting to play a retake over on B. But that Viper Pit coming out on B is a huge factor in helping take that site and keep it. That smoke integrity is going down, but they don't care. That all of them are over on A, but they're getting picked off one by one.
Spike down.
9-3, good half for Olympus. No, that first was always there.
Switching sides.
They couldn't even get into sight on that one. Unfortunately, the 3 over on A just made it almost impossible to be able to push about any site. I'm gonna be completely fair. 3 over on A pushing out, and then that Viper Pit on B just made the site is absolutely a pain to deal with. I believe in that situation they needed to push B through mid. B is pretty good to actually take. It's just a matter of pushing out into where the site entrances mesh. So if you have that heaven and that elbow, if you push out into the elbow and watch the main, then that makes it 3 instead of 4, and you can dumb that down. We see 3 over on B4 DBC, but they aren't gonna be there. We got a mid and A split. We got that bomb going through mid with the fade, and we see that smoke coming out trying to deny them that site pass, but they got the 3 on main. That is not gonna be stopping anytime soon. Almond attempting to get a couple with a blind, but he doesn't get much info off of it, unfortunately. You do see that smoke coming out on A, and we also see the 3 going in on the left. Super wants to try to cover it, but it just did not work. And 3v3, whoa! Unfortunate. So much happened in that situation, but DBC came out on top with 9-4. Looks like we're going to be running into a buyout from DBC, and we're going to see Olympus saving their pistols. Olympus gravitating towards A again. We see ISO and Viper over on B. Pretty decent combo. His vulnerability along with Viper's mollies will do a good amount of damage if it's not controlled correctly. But unfortunately with those Viper nerfs to her damage, it just does not seem to work as well. We do see Omen holding up on A. We see Waylay trying to push out of that mid corridor to hopefully get some pressure and keep that from being their space. We got 2 lurking up on main, and Omen's worried about them, while the rest are worried about the people in mid, but it's no use. Omen just gets shot down immediately. Sky's gonna try to take his place, but she cannot get there in time. You see Viper coming up that wall and trying to get picked, but he notices that Sky, and they get him down anyway. Both sides worried about not the best situation. ISO and Viper are now in a 2v4 retake. That Waylay's low. That is a trade waiting to happen. We do see that attack Viper wall over through their main, and then we also see the Omen smoke. And unfortunate, but the Thrifty does come out at 10-4 for this team. Olympus is starting to get their snowball back. That first one was just a fluke. Looks like they got that Viper and the ISO going over on B again. We got Waylay and Omen possibly over on A. Sky holding up mid. I think they do need a 1 or 2 over on mid, or 1 or 2 extra in mid. They do use that control very, very big. That control of mid is very, very large for their team, and it will get them a lot of rounds. It will get them a lot of space that they need. But they aren't taking it this time. They got 4 going into A, and you see that Prowler coming out without a smoke going down at that info. Waylay's holding the left, and Omen has that right. Pretty good crossfire, but they're just jumping the right. They're not even paying attention to the Waylay. See that slow coming out, and he has to dip before the Omen can get picked off, but Neon takes that trade anyway. We got a lot of picks going out for Olympus over here, trying to take that site. Waylay is alone, and she is getting someone on her back end too. Viper's all alone, and now she has to do a 1v4 with a classic. This one's going to be very fun, but she gets her first. Oh, and the reload's unfortunate. The reload was very, very unfortunate, but now we are at 11-4 for Olympus. They attempted to focus in on the elbow side, knowing that that left side was very, very open. Dragon BattleClan tried to use those angles in elbow to their advantage to try and get into sight, and it unfortunately just didn't quite work. You know, they tried to take that space, but they couldn't even get there. They couldn't even stay there, unfortunately. Olympus is just too strong. They got so much util, it's hard to go through. But we do see a B split coming in. Neon is already in the site through mid. That is crazy. Fade's falling up close behind. Viper gets picked off pretty easily. She doesn't even have a chance to get off of sight. We see that ult starting to wreak havoc. Or not her ult, her Phantom starting to wreak havoc, and her running is also starting to not be the best of an issue to deal with either. Neon trying to create some space and time in mid. Also ignores them though and comes up flank. Do see Waylay over on the other side, and all up to her, 1v5. With so many seconds already gone. Flawless from Olympus, and we do see that going to 12-4. Right now it is match point, and Dragon BattleClan has got to try and get every round perfect now. If they mess one round up, it is the end of this game, and they will be going on to the next. Dragon BattleClan, I think, needs to try to do a retake type of scenario here, just due to how much power they have going in. Letting them waste that util getting into sight will be a big help to them in the retake. They will not have to deal with as much util while they're swinging. They can just swing and not have to worry about it. We do see a Prowler and a Blind coming out. Waylay is in, but she's back fast. Devora finding 2, but Neko finds the trade. Null is already getting Sky. And we see that pick going in. They spray the box for the Waylay. They don't expect her to actually be there. It is all up to this Viper in the 1v3 to take this game home. It is up to her if this game is a win or a loss. We'll see how she plays this one out. That Guardian can be very dangerous, but we do see her pick up a Vandal. We see that Viper, the enemy Viper, also does have only 30 HP, so hopefully we will see how this is all going to play out. Unfortunate timing with the util and the shots. That means we got 13 for Olympus and 4 for Dragon BattleClan. That was a beautiful game, first game, and I am very curious to see how they're going to be playing out these other games. I believe, give me 2 seconds, and I believe we have, I can not quite find.
Okay, Micah. Okay. Let's run you through this together. Let's go to the OBS. Let's go to OBS.
and
Nice, I like
we switched over. Okay, finally. Took a while, but we have agent select now. And but
Ooh.
yes, ooh, nice clean. Okay, but yeah, as we see here, bind is the next map. We have we have some pickup. Okay, I cannot see. As we see here for the I'm sorry, the agent select. DBC seemed to be going on a very heavy aggressive combo. The double duelist is seen with possible 3 duelist comp. I'm guessing it's not going to happen from Olympian with the neon rays and the hover over ISO. Well, DBC have their entire comp set up with a double smokes double duelist. No Senti for DBC, which is quite weird. I think.
Well, this is what they did last time too. They did
Mhm.
it like last map on Corone. They ended up playing no Senti on both teams. They had a pretty even teams. They had Omen and Viper on both sides. And then they only had initiators. They had their Sky and their Fades, and then I can't remember what the duelists were. I know Waylay was there, ISO was there. I can't remember specifically what teams they were on though. So I do see a pretty much the same thing coming out over here, except they're replacing that Omen with a Brimstone, which honestly is very smart. Bind does not have that mid, so when you have your smokes, you don't have to worry about a middle. You just have to worry about where the site entrances are, and that makes Brimstone very, very overpowered. If you got a split going on, you can smoke off all of one site and then smoke off the split as well. All those 3 smokes makes it very, very open and very, very available to a lot of different plays, a lot of different people. And I am very, very excited to see how they're going to both play this out, because lineups are always in the mix, especially when you're looking at Brimstone mains. But I do see a B push happening out here, and we got Viper looking up that long, so let's see what they can do with it.
An immediate trade up towards Hucka here. And a flash seemed to be coming out for DBC. I mean, this side was very weak. It got taken over real quick. As the retake initiates here, the Prowler coming out, and nothing to be found, but
Spike planted.
the Brimstone and the Neon in the back halls could get a nice flank around, but it seems like they're aware of it. The Sheriff to play. Shots rang out, but nothing to be found. And now it's a heavy push towards the front site, and that's gonna be one. And the Sky getting so low to the point where it's
One enemy remaining.
basically 1 tap, and now it's 2v1. Seems impossible, but a Sheriff can do 1 tap to each. And Neon back and around, and that's gonna be 1. Possibility to get 2, but the clutch here for TVC.
Beautiful round. Got 1 over there for DBC. We got 0 for Olympus. Looking at it right now, that was a pretty good push. They played together. They did everything correctly. But once they got into sight, I did not see very many fights being taken together. Though it didn't seem to affect that much. It did work. Especially when they were playing in the end. They had Neon, or not Neon. Well, it was a clutch. It was a 1v2. It was a 1v2.
Yeah, it happened. It happened. That's all that happened. And it push up short.
Wow.
Here with a Bucky. What is this guy thinking?
Wow.
They one of them forced here. Possibility of 2 with the Sheriff included, and a run right onto the B site. Concluded with 2 for the price of 1. Another one, and that's gonna be 1v3 here with the Bucky.
Spike planted.
Oh, this Brim. Look out! 1 down. 2 to go. It looks like an impossible task, knowing that the Neon was just in a 1v2. Not even last round. But they both have guns. Yeah, the Neon has a gun, but no shield. It's all onto him. He's gonna have to hold here with Halls and the jump peak. Gonna catch him, but well, you should know they're both there. But The util used brilliantly in that S-wing leads to the round for DBC.
Grace, the plan
Yeah,
is
2 on
never
DBC
mind.
and 0 on Olympus as I'm seeing. They did rush into that short, and as well as that could have worked if they were in any other circumstance, the eco made the gun diff a little bit too much for Olympus. Olympus tried to push into that short, try to get some space, try to get some time onto their belt, and it just didn't work. It was a good, fair effort for a save, but now they're forced to save again, just buying out half for something that they should have been buying, a guaranteed round. Looks like they're gonna try to push up showers this one, so let's see how they play it.
I mean, a forced push-up showers by the defense, but a heavy push-up, Hoka, and a loss.
There.
Even on a bonus, that's a big loss there. Vandal now in the hands of DBC, who already have the economy advantage. Let's hope to see that as Neon can do something more to get stuck in a 1v2 clutch again. They're just playing really back, a 3v5. Really no damage, but on the hand! The cards were not in their favor. And now it's a 2v5, probably a force save. With the economy slowly falling. TBC coming out here with a flawless.
Very unfortunate round on terms of, Olympus's side. We did see there that Viper decided to swing and hookah pretty unnecessarily without much util. Around here was where the kill happened, or I can't ping on map. Never mind, I completely forgot about that. Over in here, we see a little blue X, and that blue X, they swung after some util, and honestly, I think part of the swing was so that they could avoid the Skydog, but it unfortunately gave them a pick and didn't let them trade off. So that just kind of allowed the numbers to fall apart for Olympus and forced them to save. In that situation, just due to how hard they were rushing, I would have personally just ran out of hookah and let them have it. 5 people is way too much to fight with no payoff, so it does look like they're going to leave that hookah alone and go along, so.
I mean, 2 contesting it too. It's, well, it seems to be like about 3 or 4. Waylay trying to get something off of it. Obviously has access to that TP, so they might see some late Viper aggression here. Waylay didn't shoot it until just then, but they're just looking, trying to bait out rotates, and Prowler finds somebody. Finds the Waylay. And that might be over another rotate. But, like I prophesized, they go for the TP, and now it's suddenly going to be a 5v3 now with the Neon coming back on the site. Obviously. No. Oh, it's becoming clear. Some hope, some prayer. And a Bucky to finish it off, basically. Oh, yeah. It's 1v2.
30 seconds left.
The
Enemy
part.
remaining.
What? 5 HP? And the Bucky shot will kill him. Bucky broke it.
That was a beautiful round. Bucky carried that one.
Bucky carry.
Bucky. Man,
Bucky.
I hate the Bucky. My fault. It did look like, so what we saw going on there was, at first we saw a pretty iffy Prowler going through the teleport to get some info, but honestly what that did was that gave them info that no one was on A, so that gave them an inkling that they may try to rotate off. We had Bram and Neon anchoring over on that A site, which gave them a lot of site pressure even after the rotate. It stomped them in their tracks and it just did not do a thing for the attack.
Yeah, an ult here coming up towards the garden area, and an ult there. Waylay finds the Viper. That could be a big pick off here.
Spike down B.
The shorty could be able to find any right there as the ult comes in. Everybody backs off, and it's suddenly a site take for free for DVC. Shot, I mean, missed. He's gonna find one. And a headshot! Stranded, Jippy. The Hall's attack could be dangerous. His sight. Look at sight. He's so close to the smoke. It's basically wall bangable.
Scary.
He's looking straight in the head. He's looking straight in the head. So many collabs. Somebody do something. And the retake. Here comes no.
Enemy remaining.
Oh, he comes back. You're out there.
Oh.
If you want something done right, do it yourself.
He takes wrong.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I was talking about this last game with Soviet when we were playing those ones with Exodus and or Exos and
Go on.
Ultima, sorry, I'm trying to remember the name. They had an issue like that where they got a clutch when they actually I think it was this map on A, right about where Raze was standing. They had the bomb planted there, and the defense decided to stack on top of each other for the defuse, and while that is a beautiful strat if you're behind a smoke, it is not a good strat when you don't have a smoke, and that is a perfect example of why.
Yeah, push approach shower here, and kill for DBC. Good pick on long. Sadly, we weren't able to catch it, but still. Great pick for DBC. Leaves the one on B, and I think they read this perfectly with the call to possibly run up towards hookah and take it through there. As the dog comes out. Clears their entire sight line basically into hookah, and the boombot coming in. Suddenly, this one person trapped. They ain't in their on their feet. 4 with 1, but it's just overwhelming. Too much dopamine receptors, and oh,
Planted.
shot and almost just perfectly onto his head again. That'll be the round. DBC take it with another 3K play by.
Okay,
This
so
guy
looking at sorry.
No, that's fine. Go for it.
So looking at these comps, Viper, you know, I preach and preach and preach the controller pseudo class meta because I think it's so interesting that they decided to give every controller this to allow a lot more wiggle room. And Viper is a pseudo sentinel, so when we're looking at her, we see Fireball. She's trying to lurk, she's trying to push up, she's trying to find some space, but she keeps on getting crashed and she keeps on getting trashed on these pushes because the space she's taking is not with util, and she doesn't have the utility to take it.
I mean, speaking about Util, we got some into A here. I mean, the back site looks super defended, but it's gonna be a 5v5 retake. Let's see how this goes. And the Prowler comes in, catches the Waylay. The ult comes in, and it's gonna catch the two ults combine as the defense hold on. And sight with the one, he's gonna stun his own teammate, but his teammate that got stunned gets the kill, not even him. And that will be the round, finally, for Olympia.
Good round for them. You want to know, I'm looking at this and they may honestly be realizing that this half is just not going to be a defensive half. I don't think for either of them really, because their teams are actually basically identical. No, they are quite literally almost identical. The only difference I'm seeing is over on Olympus, you see that they don't have a flash at all of any sort. So we do see Dragon BattleClan starting to take over with that due to the flash being a good amount of info off of Sky as well. In this situation, I think they're starting to realize that they are... Go ahead, I'll talk after.
So we see a short, and I mean, almost a pick off here for TBC as they take a lot of space, but W3S down and down for the count. Fireball. 32 HP to his name, and he gets headshot. Bora. He's done so much before, but he's falling off here, falling off a cliff, it feels like, and I mean, not much to be said. The judge could catch him off guard, and yes, he does. Jimmy, oh! in a 2v1. One may be very low, but they have a crossfire to die for.
One enemy remaining.
I got some crossfire to good.
Beautifully done by JD. Now, you know, I was mentioning it last time. I'm not actually going to mention it again because this one kind of had the same premises behind it. They are just trying to secure rounds. They are not caring about kills. They are not caring about a single thing besides trying to secure just a few rounds because they know that this half is not going to be good for them. As we didn't see it this round, but we saw it last round where they just dumped so many different ultimates into that lamps area when they were playing their retake. That proves that they have a really good attack side on them. It just makes it really hard to play that on defense when you have such a strong aggressive team that can keep pushing you even after they have the site.
Bring them down.
We see aggression towards Hookah here. Like we've seen so many times before, but a high-low setup and sight is suddenly pushed off that angle. Human Sky's it's gonna be something, but I mean, you can't recover for a missing teammate. He's so close. He's just gonna stick to that area, and that's gonna be a Bucky kill right onto him. And suddenly, DEC look incredible, even on the eco.
I've got your trail.
Super Monster tried to.
Leaving the premier team after that one.
Yeah, fair enough. And the heal again, coming in from the sky. Fireball gonna probably try and run out here. They both run out. It's not one, it's both. And I mean, spray. They know where one is at least. The ult's coming in. It's gonna be caught. The Brim hold on. 1v3, there's no time on the spike. That'll be the round.
Wow. Beautiful thrifty from DBC. We see a 3-6 right now. We got 3 over on Olympus and 6 on DBC for Dragon Battle Clan. In that situation, we saw an insane amount of post-plant. They had that Brimstone ult online. They had that Molly. I do believe they tossed it a little early, but it wasn't the worst Molly in the world. Honestly, it kept him off long enough so that they could all be coordinated and swing together. That was a beautiful post-plant from Null, and that was, or not Null, sorry, W3S, and I'm really curious on how much more post-plant we're gonna see. I want to see more lineups. I want to see more rat plays and nerd plays.
I mean, yeah, there's not, it's not gonna look like any of those really lineups. I mean, we had the friendly thing on Molly at the end of that last round, but the way they look at Super Monster with one, and the ult's gonna do possibly so much damage if he just pops into that smoke. Look into your heart. The ability there, gonna catch nobody. Sight's gonna get one, but then picked off. Yeah, and W3S. He reserved him. Kabora. So close. It's almost getting picked off. Oh, Noel's picked off. The maneuver around, and I mean, swing and a kill. It's all on the JD. He's done this before with the crossfire, but he's just gonna take the weapon and run. That'll be around for DBC as we. That's 7? No, that's 6.
Not a 6 quite yet, but we'll see it soon, I promise. Dragon Battle Clan, they have an amazing amount of patience and discipline in their holds, especially when they're playing post. You saw that Viper and Brimstone, as much as they heard the audio of them pushing, even I probably would have swung that to try and get enough timing, but they just had that patience. They're taking those wins. They know that they're trying to force out those tricky clutches and really, really tight round wins, so they're trying to deny them to Olympus.
Yeah, an immediate push, and it's gonna be bloody, but ends even. Some more damage being put onto Olympus. They just take the TP, and A site's completely cleared out. This could be really, really bad. But this flank could also be incredibly horrible for them. Flank coming in! He's gonna do some damage, but he's not gonna be able to get the kill! The ult here. Picked off in the... I mean, 1 for 1 again. Got one that's really low. 6 HP, vulnerable. This is bad.
Player standing.
This is really bad. And that will be the round for DVC.
I do see a 3-8 going on
Last
here. In that
round in the
situation,
half.
we saw Olympus push out of that
Or the
B
money
hookah, and honestly, it got them those picks. They got traded, but it gave them a little bit more numbers to work with and made them a little bit more antsy. We did see, it was a 2v2 trade, and they left A really, really quickly. They did not leave someone on that site to give them info or anchor, but and it didn't play out correctly. They were playing a very aggro post plan is what DVC was doing, and it worked. It just worked. I don't know what to say.
It's fair enough, as we see some long aggression from both teams. Again, they really enjoy this. No damage done on either side, so it's kind of mutual aggression here. But, oh, the paranoia can do so much. The ult, the way for a possible attack again. Oh, he doesn't even stand behind him. So crazy how much footsteps can do to you.
Null just had that in the bag. He
Switching
was ready.
sides.
He was prepared. Beautiful round from them. Alright, going into this next half, I do see that I'm just going to wait for their loadouts a little bit to see what they got planned, because there wasn't much to say about that round, I'm going to be completely honest with you. It was very chaotic, and it was a lot of ults, but the audio being zapped out of them was just such a... It made it a lot harder for DBC to really take the site correctly. Looking at it here, we do see a Frenzy coming out. I don't see Frenzies very often. I'm excited to see how this Neon's gonna play it. I mean, if anyone was gonna play it, I think I would want a Neon to be playing a Frenzy. I would assume my vote.
Someone that would take space really quickly and then validate with himself. The Shorty's not gonna get any hope there. Easy when on site, he has to really leave fast, and that's gonna be one. Luckily enough, get some damage onto the Neon, and
Planted.
they back up. Frenzy's proving pivotal in this matchup, but the retake is gonna be super hard. I always like to talk about this map being very bad when it comes to defensive retakes, but it will be 2 down,
Standing.
and DBC 1. Those are lineups.
Enemy down.
And suddenly DBC look absolutely phenomenal, and they have
Seconds
it.
away. Not even seconds, milliseconds. Oh my god.
80 milliseconds. That's
Make sure to follow my
Absolutely.
They'll lead us right to the enemy.
From that, I did see that DBC had 2-8, and they had a very early shower push to try and get that space there. And Raze did get picked off, but we did see Waylay end up finally trading them out in the push when they were in lamps. The retake went beautifully for them, and we do see that they also had a really,
Find the
really
weak
good
point and
trade
break it.
set going on. The Sky and I believe it was the Viper. They played very well in lamps together on the retake.
about lamps. So the Bucky gets the pick. I mean, the thing is, he might not be able to get the pick, but you know, you have multiple though. And that's gonna be another kill for him. Sight. Oh, look out! The judge. Take him off, but DBC look invulnerable now. 1v3. Could we see a clutch? I mean, the dog coming out. Can he wrap around? It's gonna see him last second. Sight. Ah, sightline right onto. That will be the round for GBC again. It seems like a complete switch from the first game, huh?
I believe BBC won that one, if my notes are correct.
DBC did not win last match, but
I'm actually implode. Why are my notes imploding on my screen? My deepest apologies, but we do see that it is a complete switch up from last game. I also believe that Bind is just a better map for their team comp. For both of these team comps, really, they're pretty similar.
anyway, aggressive push towards Shower. Gonna get one. Now gonna get two. Luckily enough, the trade becomes successful. The judge. Yeah, that's a judge here. I mean, he did follow in the Neon's footsteps, I guess. Judge in the wake of. Yeah, we're gonna pick one off. Gonna pick two. No one and. This is.
Wow.
Last player
Pick up.
standing.
Final round. I mean, 51 HP. He's gonna have to do a lineup, but is it too late? Is it too late? He's not gonna be able to swing. It's gonna be a win.
Oh, he could not get there in time. It was very unfortunate. Now, I did kind of notice that Olympus did push that Lambs with very little util to swing off of, especially when you're pushing a site where you have seen a shotgun for the past 2 rounds. I would personally follow it up with a lot of util. A very lot of util, because that shotgun is going to slam in your face if you are not careful, because I believe it fires faster if I'm not mistaken. I could be very wrong about that, but than a Vandal. Like in terms of how much damage it does on average at its fire speed, I guess is more so what I'm going at.
I think off now. Get him away. Just get him away from me, I guess. A light shield for me. Good. Here, oh, get him away from me. That's gonna be another one. As we see, ooh, good pick. To be away, going back over towards B. Yeah, the site's completely attacked. 2v4. I mean, anything to get into that last bit. And I mean, obviously, you're staying beyond here on defense. And pray for better days. I mean, you've got your Brim having the ult, the Waylay having also the ult,
and honestly, I believe this was kind of just a given round to the attack. They went B. B's a very hard retake, and they had an excuse me, I keep on burping. They had an operator, so retake is gonna be pretty rough. They do catch it, but I don't think they're gonna fight that. Site's deciding to run away so that they don't get the op down. They get to keep that big ol' huge money investment, and they're gonna go into 5-11-5 for Olympus, and then we got 11 for Dragon BattleClan. Right now, we do see a save out of the people on Dragon BattleClan that did not get to live. Though we may have, I believe we just saw someone drop a gun for Beethoven, so we're gonna swap that over to him, and I think they're gonna play him like their star show right now. They're gonna have him over on B, and then they're gonna have the other top frag over on A. Hopefully to get some good picks in, but they do see that, we see that Viper lurking again.
a very aggressive long hit here, while the defense puts all their resources into the hookah hit, which is weird. Gonna leave them in there. They gotta have a position, but Sight's gonna get killed on the fireball. A great transition by the observer, I'm gonna be real. Now, the Sight's completely taking no clue on hookah. And that's gonna be Super Monster with a tech. Now a 3v5 retake, that's gonna be some hard apples to swallow, but Here they go on the site now. 3v3.
Bomb buddy out.
Yup, in the hands. He's just trying to save this round again.
Last player
Yup, right
standing.
there. Yeah, he's gonna try and save it. Can he get to it though? No.
Valiant effort. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and I was about to say, and it's still gonna be just one round away from match point.
I know. They're trying to battle it out. They're trying to get whatever rounds they can before they can't have any imperfect rounds. Once DBC's at that 12, they can't have any imperfect rounds anymore. If they want to win off of this game, they have to lock in and they gotta try to come back because that 12 is going to make it so much harder for Olympus to do this. Last round, we saw a pretty good post plant from them, and I'm going to give props to Mel before we head into this.
Fair, another impressive long push. Killed. Sorry, it's one, but it's only one, but it's still one. And the aggression onto the A site completely found and completely justified. Took us still a question. 2. Now you know it's at least one in the site here. The Bucky there. Yo, no. Absolutely. Just cosmetic. It feels like a 2. V3. And they got the ult to kind of say it's over. It's 11-7 now.
Beautiful.
Let's
7-Eleven,
ruin
my
their
favorite gas station ever.
Yeah!
Yippee, wahoo! I can't believe that they made a makeup line. Sorry. That round was honestly pretty decent. I think that went pretty well. They did a really good site hold. They didn't give him unnecessary picks. I think Olympus did pretty good on that one. I believe also, as I was saying last half, they are trying to get extra rounds here or on defense because they knew that their team did not defend well. And when you're looking at the team, since they have such similar team comps, they are now failing to defend as well as they were. So I wonder if it's just going to be a battle of attack sides.
Yeah, they're just, if it's not broke, don't fix it, I guess, because they're doing the exact same thing. And he's completely open now. Some bad attacks and missed shots lead to another possible loss again. And it is. That I can't even cast. It's just going back too fast.
It's so quick. This is how I felt casting alone last time. Oh, and we do see a timeout coming from the defenders over on Dragon Battle Clan. Now, I think that their plan here to try and get this 12, because at least securing the overtime will give them a lot of wiggle room to work with if they do happen to catch up to them. Because of how weak defense is on this map for the team comp at hand, I believe that just trying to force at least one round is going to be in their favor, but just 2 rounds is all they need. Dragon Battle Clan, it was so anxious at that 4-8, and when they got up to 11, then that got really, really scary, but they just started to come back and get a bunch of different rounds, and they all were played fairly similarly, but everyone was in different places. They just played the role at the place, and that was honestly very beautiful. I think that this time what Dragon Battle Clan needs to do is they need to try and play some form of 5-man retake. They know that their attack is better. They just got out of a half that they excelled with attack on, and they know that Olympus sucks at defending. So if they swap it over and force them to take the site and force them to have to hold it down, a retake may be in order for them. The only issue is that on attack, you are only trying to fight 3 people, but when you're over on defense and you're trying to play a retake, you are fighting all 5 players on site.
Again, another aggression towards long, and I mean, at this point, you gotta expect it. It's like prime low elo at this point. They're just letting them run into sight. But a TP! They all TP'd. And now A's theirs. And now the retake here. 3v5.
Poison's off.
Like always. 3 people that were originally on A. And oh, the Stinger's gonna.
Last player standing.
And now it's a 1v5. Poor guy can't catch a break. Has again, you gotta expect that long push, all right?
Yeah, that long push was honestly pretty basic, but it was honestly pretty beautiful. It was well executed. I got that 9/11 in, and I'm honestly pretty shocked that they haven't put 3 over on B quite yet. If I had to look away for a second, so if they did last round, my deepest apologies. But 3 on B now, I think is something that that is gonna help them out a lot. Looks like they're gonna send that Viper Wall over to B. They aren't gonna be doing, they're gonna send that Viper Wall over to B. Whoa!
Oh, they're finally doing something with long here. That's ooh, some heavy damage. 3's only at 30 HP. Cole can find something, but oh, Sight will get a kill too on the lurker. That's really good. They just run it down as they see the ult come in. Yes. Rocket go. There isn't anywhere at this point. Or the ult there, and he didn't find anything with the ult, but they will find 2. So getting swapped out, and now it's a 1v2.
He has this post plant. He does. Oh, yes, that ult.
Satchel out.
That ult was absolutely horrible.
Prepare for hellfire.
Sacrifice your life.
Out of charges.
He's gonna get picked off, and that will be a clutch.
Wow. Again, beautiful post plan from Nolan. Also, did beautifully at post plan every time. The take was honestly kind of a rough one, but it allowed them to chip it down to a 2v1, and they trusted their Brimstone to be able to take them into that 10-11. Now they are going to start seeing a lot of really desperate plays, I believe, out of them. I think that both sides are going to try to get very, very scrappy, very needy to get this tie, either get it tied or deny the tie, depending on what team, and they're just pushing long again. It's long simulator for them.
A long simulator, and they're just letting you have it. Oh, but look out! No! Three! How do you get 3?
Wow.
Fireball. Oh,
One enemy remaining.
he caught out!
No,
And not for the ace! The fireball. We'll get steal the ace.
Fireball had to steal the ace. Unfortunate.
Had to. Someone kick him out of the league.
Disqualified. Immediate disqualification.
If you steal someone's ace, gone.
But getting Olympus to that half was honestly very, very important for them. Trying to get them down into that elbow space helps them out a lot. It's kind of like what you see when you look over at Lamps on A. Lamps is very, very important to get control of that backside, and as well as you can get control of backside through the site, the elbow is just going to be 10 times better, and long simulator it is once more.
Up again. Oh, but the ult. Sight's gonna get a ton of damage on Kamara as they rotate, and oh, but this space! Fireball's gonna get 1! Leon's the sight! The way trying to see something come out of it. And he will, he has 1, but right after. Another one. DVC. TCC! W3S with the 1! And it's all on! Do we see overtime?
There we go. There we go. We see that 11-12, or we see that 12-11 coming out. We got 12 over on Dragon BattleClan, and we got 11 over on Olympus. Olympus is gonna be in such a tight spot right now, but with all the round wins that they have had, they are not going to be worrying about eco right now. Most of them are maxing out. Most of them have a good amount of credits, and if someone else isn't, they have more than enough money to buy out their teammates. So honestly, this is not a bad position for Olympus to be in, because when you look at Dragon BattleClan, what you see going on is some inconsistencies. You see a couple or one light shield, and just that can be way more than enough to be able to tilt it over. So if Dragon BattleClan wants to hold this game, they have got to lock in and make everything perfect.
Yeah, Mong Simulator. But it's gonna be BBC actually taking some bit off long, and now they delay. They're just delaying. Oh no! Oh no! Pop this all, and you got literally the entire book. Oh, that's the ult. They got stuck. You see them all jumping like a bunch of frogs and everything.
Oh my
I
god!
don't think frogs was a good example of what was happening there, but still, they were jumping. They were just praying for their lives. A 2-for-1 trade.
Absolutely beautiful.
It's 2 on each site. It's horrible. 4v3. 2 on each site. You gotta fight for something. It's not. I don't know anymore. I'm flabbergasted. That ult was perfect. But now it looks like they will
Out of charge.
30 seconds left.
Site. Try to re-clear it. And they will. They'll clear it just slightly and slightly for a second. Away, Lay! There's no way! No way! W3S with another kill, but now it's a 2v2. Both two are coming from A, and now
10 seconds
to
left.
send this to overtime. The spray of the vandal, nothing to define it. Genie on top of the box, can they find something, find someone?
Last player standing.
I mean, look! Genie coming at the 2, sending it to overtime.
Viper's Pit really
Switching
brought that
sides.
together. That really
Overtime.
brought that overtime home. And we did see the play where he stood on top, and there's a part on Abyss of B site where you can put a smoke on top of the box, and what that does for the defense is that can allow them to play around it, kind of like a Gibby bubble without any vision. If you've ever played Apex Legends before, that situation kind of did the same thing, and with Fade in the pit, they played around it a lot and did really good. Take it from here, please.
To be fair, when I heard Gibby Bumble, I thought of the iCarly character, but we see a push towards shower. Pretty fat push, to be fair. Fireball. We just hold it. Remember this. So I mean, we both
Poison's off.
sides kind of flipped. So I mean, DBC did really well in attack, and
Scout
it's
destroyed.
really because I mean, to be fair, the pick was Olympia was always on like an eco or something of that, having to kind of dumb down their economy, but just slow, taking it second by second, as we don't see any heavy aggressions, which is very contrast to what we saw in the first half by DBC. Short screen jump peaked. Viper's holding long. I mean, it looks like this is gonna be a hard attack here.
There.
The shorty.
30 seconds left.
He's gonna be found, but oh, the shorty. Super monster and Psych gonna get one apiece. Though it's the cost of one. This retake's gonna have to be incredible. Yeah, I mean, Sight's already dead, so if you see something good coming out of it, the Brave's getting hindered. And Monster with 4. Super Monster with a hero play.
Here I played
Switching
with Super
sides.
Monster. We got
Match
4K
point.
going in. That was beautiful. We do see the match point. We're swapping them over. And they're doing pretty good. We do see that DBC is going to try to go over on A site, trying to stack that up. Possibly a retake on B, but they do have their more supportive agents over there to hopefully hold it down until they can get there. But they aren't going to be there. They're going to be over on A for the first time in forever. We're quitting that long simulator thing, and that's what totally they were expecting too.
One for one. Oh, the way they gonna run like he's gonna get picked. Sight gonna get killed on the line, but all for good. Oh, fireball! This is sad. We're going to another round of overtime, I'm guessing.
I have the spike.
Maybe DBC has him though. Oh, remember the flank! Remember the flank!
One enemy remaining.
But some monsters gonna get picked off. He's gonna run right into the smoke in the. Wow.
Wow. You see us going into
Switching
another
sides.
overtime game.
Overtime.
See it at 13-13, putting Olympus back over onto the defense. We did see that they try to have that Viper over on B pretty often and trying to do that wall through the teleporters to cover that shower, and we do see that from Fireball again. It looks like the enemy team, BBC is going to go over and play that long simulator that they were playing. Hopefully give them a little bit taste of their own medicine, but they do got a couple going on Hookah to hopefully even out the push.
Yeah, and I mean, also, yeah, the push towards B really fast. I mean, again, long simulator, but this time for DBC. That's like really stacked though. Yeah, I can do so much damage, but the way they do so much damage is so small, so significant. I mean, Super Monster, W3S, getting the major part of the kills. Obviously, you don't want to run into that. You don't want to even cross that. If I was... Ooh, never mind. They do cross that. Yup, there. Fireball. There goes Fireball in there. It's DBC.
Wow.
1v1. And he's not gonna expect to the flank. No. He doesn't. He doesn't. He's just like sit there. He sits there with a smug grin. Do not mention yourself. Do not mention yourself.
6, 7.
Smoke's down.
Trust me, I
Hold
did
on
not
to your
in grand
hats.
final. Nobody liked me, right? But he's gonna stick. He's gonna stick.
Wow. That could have almost been so bad. Ooh, that would have been really, really bad.
This reminds me of Fnatic versus EG in Tokyo, I'm pretty sure.
Honestly,
Or it was CHAMPS. They got to the last round and it was not even like a .001.
I didn't see the timer, and I'm honestly really, really wishing I did because
It was
that looks so
0.09.
close.
0.08.
0.08. That is even closer than the 0.80 we had earlier. That is insane. It does. Oh, if my.
Oh no, you said 0.28. It was 0.08.
Oh,
That's-
0.08. That's even worse.
Yeah, and we're gonna see it fast. Baby, what a rat! What a rat! Sorry!
Enemy remaining.
Oh my goodness! We might see the end here! But God knows, this game's been so back and forth! I'm always...
Wow!
I was saying this before, I wanted this to be back and forth, but Sight's gonna get 4K! And finish the game!
Dragon Battle Clan with their
Oh my goodness!
game.
I was having voice cracks, man. This was a great game, man.
That was
But
a
to think
beautiful one.
we have one more map of this. We have one more map. Now.
Yep.
So we'll be right back with intermission, and then you'll see hopefully a great Third map conclusion to this game. Oh, we're here. Finally, second map. Welcome back. We're here for a
Hello.
hopefully chaos. Hopefully not chaos. Yeah. So now, wait, I don't, I don't know how to really properly introduce this, but I have Sova here, who is sick but
Hello.
still alive. So
Alive.
we forced her to cast with us. So
I'm being held
now
against my will. Help me.
we move on. Do not help her. Do not help her. This is her idea. Definitely.
I'm being kept
Wink.
in the basement.
Wink, wink.
I'm having to cast every single game. Help me. They're making me cast while sick. How dare they? No, I force myself. Just as a fair disclaimer, I literally force myself to cast. So please don't go after anyone. I
Yeah.
do
Don't tell him about how Jude only feeds you mushroom soup.
mushroom soup's
Yeah.
better than nothing, honestly. I would take some mushroom soup.
Even if it's the fungi. Even if it's a
Well, I
fungi
mean,
from like outside
right.
that's deadly poisonous, but somehow you
So,
survive. That's why you're sick, right?
yeah, because of Jude's
Poor
mushroom
dying
soup
name.
is poisoning me. Is poisoning me. How dare they?
How dare they? Anyway,
Anyway, I do
the
see a Sova.
comps.
I do
Comps,
see a
yeah.
Sova.
Do you
I do
see a
see a Sova
Sova?
coming out.
Do you
It
see a Sova?
came out last game or yesterday on the Haven that we also saw. We saw Binary Haven yesterday when we were doing X-Souls and Ultima. We saw Sovas on both sides, and honestly, it was a really, really good matchup versus them. So I'm very excited to see how these initiators are going to play around this map. We see the Neons coming out. We see the Omens coming out. We see a Waylay. We see a Chamber. And really the only difference that they have between their comps is that over on Olympus we do see a double duelist, and they do
Wait,
not
what?
have a they have a what? Oh, whoa.
Hold on a second. I'm just gonna go see something real quick. You continue your yapping. I'm going to check something real quick. Just 1 second.
I also saw that we do see Super Monster back on Smokes. And we do see Sight over on that Chamber, and I'm really, really excited to see how they play this out. We see Viper going over on the B, tossing that wall. Sova sitting in the back of B as well. Kind of interested in what we got going on for the Sova, honestly. I'm wanting to see this lineup. Give me 2 seconds. You guys will not see it. I'm going to see what he's doing. Looks like he has a lineup ready, and we are going to see a good mid-dart. Now, we also see this Chamber trying to push up long. He is all alone defending A, but that anchor is going to give him a quick out, and A retake should be pretty basic here, but they aren't even hitting it. We do see that Omen coming out on the C. He is the entry. We do also see them just going straight into sight. They're letting them have C. They're going to play a retake.
So, I don't take again by DBC kind of like the what they've been doing recently. And DBC do control. So, fireball.
Last player
Can be able to
standing.
get that kill. It's so.
One enemy remaining.
2 fireball. It's like it's the pick and the kill on the fireball. Oh no.
We do see some toxicity. How dare he?
I swear, every single game I cast, we always see some toxicity. It's like the grand finals of each. Like I've casted both grand finals in the last 2 seasons, and they were. It was just toxicity, and then we had or bracket finals for. I remember one of the seasons, and there was a lot of toxicity there, and then
That's a good spot.
it's rather toxicity or cheating scandals, man. It's all. And I'm just like a bad luck charm, I'm telling you. But now we see. Now we're moving up towards B for the exec, and I mean they're just letting them have B for free. The Bucky. in the hands of Neon. Again, they just really love playing this so that
Spike
Neon
planted.
gets the bucket and then moves around here. A lot of shotgun-oriented plays coming in, and I mean, you're playing long range against an Ares too. You just can't be an Ares. Oh, some shots ringing out. Oh no, it's a 30. It's
One
over.
enemy remaining.
It's over. She's not surviving. It's all.
Teleport's ready.
Going out far. Yeah, we're bad.
Long.
But
For that eco, Olympus tried to play together and try to just get a couple of trade picks to get those guns off, but all of the backside just got them all killed, unfortunately. They didn't, and something I've been noticing, DB, sorry, go ahead.
A gift.
No, I was just commenting about my water. By the way, hydrate. I had hydrate after that last map, and the water tastes funny.
Something I did force him today was go get water, so if you
Yeah,
guys have any
very
type of,
innovation.
any type of holding scandal to talk about, it's me making him get water.
Yeah. Someone
Yeah.
banned them.
Wow.
Yeah, some.
You know my lineup.
Okay. Got some peppers here towards long, as you see some coming towards. That. Oh. Yeah, fireball. Dead, but not MIA. It's just dead. Oh, that's clear. But two on site, getting it down. It's sight.
One enemy remaining.
Cha-cha slide on him. Straight to the left.
Wow.
Straight to the right. Crisscross, man. This round
Spike diffused.
could be developed right into this. I mean, I think with DBC, I know I'm kind of taking your spot here with Sova, but I think with DBC, they've been really good when it comes to like the early game kind of wise here. You know, 3-0. We saw it last map. We saw it like I think it was like 10-4 at one point, or like 9-3 at half.
11-4.
11, yeah, it was 11-4 at one point. And then I think it's just like two sides of a coin where they
Sorry,
kind of.
I have all my notes here, so if I'm correcting you, my deepest apologies.
Okay.
Another thing too is DBC is prioritizing retake. It's working really, really well.
Accurate. Skips one. Very good. For something like that, the ult could be perfect. And the W3S, he worked on that grim last game. He was playing solo. For both of them. And I mean, you just see them just last second, doesn't even matter, just blows him off. There he goes. And now it's 4-0. If we see a 13-0 for this third map, I might just cry.
I'm actually just a little bit. I might tweak out my mind.
I might tweak. I might tweak more than you. We might have a tweak off.
I've been tweaking. Hello. Anyway,
Does
so
anyone have fun?
something that they did on that round that I was actually very interested in was the Sova also like what's it called? He was stalling out that plant, and what that did was allowed his team on Dragon Battle Clan to actually all regroup for the retake, and it worked really, really well, I think. And we do see that operator coming out on C, hopefully causing some pressure, but those people garage are going to cause some real issues.
That's with all those things you see on this. Anything for
Spike
C
planted.
here. This trick can catch him off, but
Deploying drone.
oh, the TP. He's gonna find it. It's gonna let something. It's gonna let W3S pass through. Oh no. It's running right into them all, and yeah, they play back. They play off just for weapons. I mean, trying to play those exit frags, and especially W3S, he's got a chance to gain so many kills.
Player standing.
Listen,
They
Snake.
denied the flawless. They denied the flawless, I will say. They did deny the flawless.
It was. I mean, there's one coming right at Beethoven, and he got 2. So I mean, that's not that bad of an anti.
It was not bad of an anti. In that situation, I did see that they pushed Garage, and what that allowed them to do is they knew that they had been pushing C a good amount, so they knew the enemy was conditioned into them pushing C. So coming at a Garage allows for a lot more pressure in the situation. It allows them to actually catch them off guard and where they're at.
Yep, and a Garage in here, and the Neon immediately killed. That's their entry, their main entry mainly. Wow. Great English there. But they're closing sight with ease, and ooh,
Spike
sight
planted.
just whiffed. Not afraid to say it at this point. I mean, no, this monster, you're so close. You could have gotten something out of it.
Player standing.
Coming through
Wow.
from being the main. And W3S.
W3S takes that last one. That Sova was using his shock darts to push them out to allow the trades to happen, and it was beautiful. That Sova knew how to use a shock darts. He knew how to read map info, and he used it to his advantage to make sure that his team could get the kills. That is a Sova right there. That is a beautiful Sova play, and I believe Beethoven is probably one of the best Sova players I've seen in TCC so far. We'll have to see what else we see this season, but I'm very, very interested. We do have those 2 over on A, and we have that Viper setting up C. Looks like we got Chamber trying to hold up on B. They aren't wanting to place their defenses over on A too much, as it's more of a pushing site. You don't really want to be defending it due to how much space those mains give.
1 down. 2 down. It's an incredible.
Wow.
Swing. 4.
Wow.
But will be the site taken? And the way they take some damage, that's not good. Always rather.
Ah. Valiant effort.
Only a 4K.
Valiant effort on the 8th.
Incredible 3 at the beginning. Definitely turned the tide of the round immediately. I mean, off diff. That was just off diff there. I mean, obviously the timeout coming in.
Oh, right. So this one, I think from the attack, I've been kind of glazing DBC here on this one, but I am going to talk about Olympus and how they've been doing. They do take the site beautifully. I think something they just need to end up doing is they need to push out into their main. They need to push out into their garage. They need to try to take space where the enemy is going to not think to clear, like outside of the site. Garage, window, B-link, or C-link, my apologies, main, all of that. Trying to push out into those spots allows them to actually stall off the defuse a lot longer, because then they have to re-clear all of those angles. Once they realize someone is pushed up, there's never knowing how many more are pushed up if you don't have the info. If they can get that Sova down on Beethoven and then get into sight and push out from the site and keep it, I think that they'll be fine. But I also don't think C is going to be their best bet here. As big as of a site it is and how much space it allows you to play around with, I think A site may be their more golden pick here, due to the fact that they are setting more of their defenses up over on C to respond to that. As you see, they are starting to do a little bit of a split. They got some going mid, some going A, and they got one going over onto C, where they got most of their defensive supports going. But the A push is going on, and wow, Kavor gets the first pick.
Kavor with the first pick, fire multi another. W3S having to hold on to the A side themselves, but seems like C. Kavor.
Screen down.
Look out. Oh,
Spike down. C.
Wow.
Last player standing.
some plan.
One enemy remaining.
I didn't even know there was one person remaining on TVC, but
Beautiful play from them, honestly, that allowed them to get that second round that they really, really needed. And after that timeout, stalling out a little bit more time than usual in the buy phase, they're hoping, I think what they're hoping for is to make Dragon Battle Clan a little bit antsy. That round win also probably did not help how anxious it made the defense. Putting their chamber over on B, it does look like they're going to try to respond to this win, but it looks like they're doing about the same play they just did. Staying with what's working.
yeah, I mean, Sight's got a chance.
Gonna fall back here.
Oh, that would've been right on the head. He wouldn't have left. Sight's down. But now we see something brewing here. The now picking off one, but look at Kavora. Kavora's positioning is so well integrated. He's taking some beautiful space. I mean, we'll get this attack onto no. And oh, dude, he's running laps around him. Kavora. And now it's a 2v3 retake. One's holding the flank. Actually, two are holding the flank. So now it's Super Monster and W3S who haven't really played together. I mean, obviously two great shooters, but they will opt to, I guess, save here with their economy kind of faltering. I'm guessing that will be around here third for Olympians, but
They know that they got some rounds to spare here, so I believe that this save is going to do them some pretty good favors, allowing them to keep a couple of those guns and some of that eco that they got. Almond's about the only one with a lot of creds, but this Viper does have her own, but she can't even buy full shields. So the eco will have to stay, and they will have to fight hard to keep them from getting any more than 3 rounds, but the 9-3 curse is there. You never wanna chance it, you know. It's always esports it happens to. I think right now what they're just gonna do is the same setup. They've been winning, they've been doing really good on it, and as I said, as good as C is, I think another site was in order, and they took that well, and they are going different sites.
So it's gonna get the first pick on the fireball, as we see. It's more of a fireball. It's gonna be.
Enemy tag.
It's gonna be a kind of a default here with the spike going with the Sova here, pushing down sewer, backing up towards A main. We see some developments up towards mid, but we have the trip here to hold it. Super Monster holding that angle, ready for the chamber to swing, and oh, just off timing. Here, the neon gonna clear. Ooh. Cosmic, not Cosmic there. Yo, comes out.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Wow.
My dopamine receptors are frying right now. This is incredible.
Trade after trade after trade after trade. That's all that was. DBC didn't even get a chance to actually defend. But now we see a timeout coming out of Dragon Battle Clan after that timeout from Olympus, or from Olympian. Now, after that timeout from Tech, we do see another timeout coming out from Dragon Battle Clan. I wonder how they're going to play this, because now A is the attacks golden sight. It is something that they've been hitting a lot, and I do see the Viper already trying to go over to A. Very, very good, not that bad of an idea. Trying to get that wall there will stall a lot due to the fact that they can't even see heaven over it. A lot of smokes, you usually can see heaven over it sometimes if you really, really look, but with Viper smoke, it's so high that it just makes it really, really hard. I think if they were to actually go A, again, the attack, that the defense needs to hold it down. A is a harder retake. So, as much as they do, and they don't even really
Not
take
even going.
they just go there. They just go there to give some pressure, and it's more than enough. But if they have that sentinel there or
Spike's
that
here.
viper there, what that'll do is that'll allow them to know what's going on A a little bit easier without having to rotate off as quickly. You don't got anyone on C playing that retake.
Yeah, they're playing heavy towards mid. I mean, this is normal when it comes to very like eco comps at this point. A lot of teams just result to run it down with your team and kind of throw them to the wolves. And I mean, oh no. Cool.
One enemy remaining.
Speaking about throwing to the wolves.
Valiant effort on the eco from
Last
the
round
Dragon
before the
Battle
switch.
Clan. We do see 6 on Dragon's side, and we see 5 over on Olympus' side. And I think that what we are going to see now is just another C push. They're starting to get that snowball rolling. I think that one round was more than enough to get them on their own roll so that they can take over. Ending out with a half of 6-6 will not be that bad, but a 7-5 will be in DBC's favor. Let's see what they do on this one.
The old pops. And the oh no, the neon gone, and it is
Wow.
Last player standing.
yep. Okay, now it's the last player standing. 1v5. And it looks like he was gone, so
You want to play?
one down.
Let's play.
Spike planted.
Okay. Well, 6-6.
6-6 is not that tough. I did see that they
Switching
tried to
sides.
push up that C long. I don't think that they were expecting them to go there one more time. I think they expected them to try to do an A fake and then go C as they were doing for a few rounds beforehand. I think what happened there was they were trying to flank on them and expected them to be on the other side, but they had to take those fights as they were in, and it just did not correctly play out how they needed it to. Now, we do see Olympus on defense, and we do see DBC over on attack. We see a 6-6 coming out with a C push. It's pretty standard. This entire map is pretty much C simulator if you have a pretty basic team comp going on, which is what both of these teams do got going. We see Chambers right on that main.
Yeah, now, ooh. Now we're gonna kill for BBC and oh no. Yep, already picked out of your duelist, and suddenly that A doesn't look that bad anymore. DBC
Player
stuck
standing. Spike
in
down.
just purgatory. So he obviously gets one, and he will get picked off by the B player, but now it's I'm not going to say the score.
It is 6 for the BBC, and it is 7 for Ollie. I will proudly say it's 6-7.
Okay, back again. Listen, I'm the one that's supposed to be known for saying 6-7. You know, I've said it multiple times in the game.
Taking your throne.
Yep,
Taking your throne.
Fireball just typed in the in-game chat 6-7, so that's how we know we're all cocked. So now seeing aggression towards a mid there, and now paranoia gonna be in play. Sure for Fireball, while it is a heavy aggression. It's becoming
Player standing.
bad. It's becoming
Spike down
bad.
A.
Downright horrendous. Sight on A. Gonna probably be picked off by a JD here. Just holding the angle. And yep, you will.
Valiant effort from them on that one. We do see 6 over on DBC and we see 8 over on Olympus. Now, I think right now it's going to be a pretty cut and paste round, but we also have been seeing DBC take the first 3 pretty well. But now we are seeing Olympus do it, so I wonder how we're going to see this pistol play out, if we're going to see DBC try to take it back, or if we're going to see Olympus try to force it, because we do see both of them forcing out guns of any sort.
Yep, and I mean, the aggression towards sewer and aiming lead to something, and I mean, the spike is still towards mid. You really gotta hold your head high on that. The chamber fitting himself well into the integrated spot here. Sight. Looking. Ooh, that got close. That got close.
That's even
and
closer!
that- Reload. Oh my goodness. Can we add artificial crowd noise? Oh, whoa.
Oh, that took
Just-
a second.
You didn't notice for a bit here, Super Monster. It's up against the judge. It's gonna be hard. Judge and the Bulldog. The only things that are preventing them from venturing onto a site. Especially that Bulldog. And no George doesn't do
30
anything.
seconds left.
And now,
Enemy remaining.
oh, Sight just got it. Sight's on it right now. So it's on the run. 3. I mean, it just looks downright impossible. Now here from chamber. Sees a man on the ground. He's definitely gonna try. He's running out of ammo. Thinking, what can I do to pick that up and run?
Don't believe. Ooh, that would have been a nasty call out of your way to a split second. That would have been
He's just,
disgusting.
yep, he's just
like he's
leaving though.
I believe he's trying to get money. If you save, you get a little bit less money, or a lot of less money. I think you lose about 1,000 creds if you save. So it can be a make or break situation. Especially if you ended up saving and you knew that you had enough. Trying to just buy out a different gun while still denying the enemy that gun may be a little bit better of a play based on what they got going on. I haven't hit tab, so I don't quite know what's happening with the eco. At the moment, we do see Sight is only buying light shields, despite the fact that he does have enough for full. Last round was pretty cut and base eco, so let's just see how they play this one out.
I mean, again, another aggression towards sewer. They don't know that Super Monster crossed, but he does have the angle, even if he did cross. I mean, nothing. They're playing really, really slow, which is what I like. I feel like they're more towards that aim-heavy team that kind of just. I mean, Sight's been able to get a couple picks himself, and jump peak looked like it was gonna spot Super Monster, but I guess not. Does they just hold it, double hold there, as they maneuver around? Oh,
Wow. Wow.
and Sight is gone. And oh my goodness, what is happening?
Down A.
Come on.
One enemy remaining.
4. Wow. That was. I need to talk about that, Omen. I have got to talk about Fireball right there, man. I'm a fireball. So Not last round, but the round before that, we saw Chamber pushing up mid, and Fireball just had a Sheriff. He pushed out through his own smoke and did not clear the angle, but he remembered that next round. Next round, he sat in the corner and just waited for Sight to get antsy and want to
Who will I
push.
spot
He wasn't
first?
pushing, so he did an audio cue that made Chamber push, and that allowed them to have the number advantage to be able to defend a lot easier, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. Look at the daylight. That's what are you saying? Oh, you just gotta get him the TP, and suddenly he looks better than ever. Fireball, like you were talking about. He did get picked off though. And that's girl. Ooh, Sight's also picked off. 2 key players for each team picked off now. I guess Sight was a lot more of a valuable player here.
One enemy remaining.
As it's just steamroll here.
It does look like Olympus is going to start taking back this half. Their retakes are good. They're getting their information, but we do see a timeout starting with Dragon BattleClan. Dragon BattleClan's plan most likely should involve some form of hard push. Last half, what we saw from Olympus was that they were rushing into Sight almost instantaneously for the beginning of the half when they were struggling to get their rounds in. What we saw there was a lot of pushing with not much information gathering in the beginning. A lot of players forget that you have a minute 40 to be able to gather information and then figure out what site you want to push. And that minute 40 does not seem like a lot, but it's a lot when you're talking about this game specifically. I think at this point what they need to do is do a fast push, because DBC is so, or not DBC, Olympus is so ingrained into them that they do play slow and that they do play around the map. So they've been playing off of it. If they switch up what they're doing, they'll switch up what the enemy's doing, and you can go back and forth and get them on their off round. I believe the defense right now should also be trying to do similarly to what DBC was doing in the first half, which was playing retake. Due to how big and open of a site C is, retake is a beautiful strategy on C. We do see that push coming out of C, and I'm honestly a little scared for it, but you want to know what? Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Oh, Jesus.
I saw stun flashes. I saw peak eyes of God at that point. Just staring at me.
Where they live, they were a lot better than it should have. So much better should have.
Yeah, I mean, they're just gonna. Oh, you saw the gun tip, JD. And oh no! Look behind you! Look behind you! Look behind you! Someone! Please! You don't even have it.
Last player standing.
At this point, make me their coach, man. Come on,
Watch them
what's
run
happening?
by my sonar. That's when we
Unfortunately, I don't know if this is necessarily how it works for TCC, but in my personal experience, coaches are not allowed to talk mid-round. I could be very wrong with how TCC operates, though.
But still, like, you know, obviously their coach is doing something wrong. Even after the timeout, they can't really come back.
Well, it was one round too. Sometimes it may be, they may have predicted them to be going A. I think right now, what we're going to see is we're going to see another A push. That ult is just gonna come straight out. But...
And there he goes.
He did not hit his team. Never mind, we're good.
I think obviously these guys have really good talents when it comes to turning on the site. Takes the site completely. We have someone in heaven though.
Slowing them down.
And now we see quick swings and getting the flank kill, which is going to be one of the bigger losses here. Down. Guess who won? Neon. You got pop? Hello? Why'd you pick it up on attack? This is...
You there?
Yeah?
Alright, I don't know if it was everyone, but on my end you were glitching out a little bit. It may have been me, honestly. But that round, what we seemed to see was a pretty disorganized retake from the defense. In that situation, Olympus did not quite have the best hold on that site as they should have. And it looks like the DBC is going to take advantage of that.
Am I back?
You back?
Okay. Well... Oh, we're on the attack on it!
Wow.
I guess no retake yet. Right, the ping shot up to 5,000 milliseconds.
Wow, that is
Match
my,
point.
ooh.
Incredible.
Oh,
I
man.
know.
Worth it?
Well, I don't know.
Wow.
I'm
That round was a pretty basic take, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. They did not have that much on A, but the A push got pretty stomped in its tracks. And they just could not seem to trade correctly. All the smokes, all the util really, really overwhelmed the attack on that one.
There we go for the attack onto B. Inside the smoke. Top attack for the second map of the league.
Down B.
Doing his shit. Doing his part. Pokes to the final.
Last player
Pokes
standing.
the play.
Toxins going up.
DBC. Bomb.
Defenders win.
And that's the game. That's
That is
not an not a climactic, not an anticlimactic, ending. It was kind of standard. I felt quite happy. I'm not too, but I mean, it happened. That's almost it. It happened. So
coming out of that 8-13, we see 8 over on DBC and 13 over on Olympus. That last round I am going to analyze a little bit because that Neon did not clear what she should have, and it really, really messed up their round for that B push. But that was absolutely beautiful. I personally have no more words to add unless Desiree over here does.
I don't.
All right. Well, that was a beautiful, beautiful set of games. Thank you everyone for joining in for this little sporadic stream that we put together. Hopefully we're going to be seeing a little bit more of these ones that are kind of chill, more laid back. We're just kind of here. They're not scheduled. They're just if the games are playing and we have people available, they may come, but we're going to keep you guys updated on this because we are unsure. You all have an amazing day, and thank you for tuning into TCC. Please come join the Discord. We have so many polls over there. We do events, and then you can get instant updates on if we are streaming our tournaments and when we are, and we have prerequisite schedules set out for our streams, and you'll be a lot more updated if you are in our server. So please come join our Discord server. Should be on our channel. You all have an amazing night, and thank you for watching TCC.